You want to know why Hawkeye wasn't in Avengers Infinity War helping the other superheroes? He was busy playing tag. Great priorities there, Hawkeye. Tag, directed by Jeff Tosmick, starring Jeremy Renner, Ed Helms. This movie is supposedly based on a true story about a group of guys that have been playing tag ever since they were kids. And they have a particular way of playing the game where they don't want women in the game, and they only play around a certain month. In this movie, it's around the month of May. We have Ed Helms' character Hogan, who is the leader of the group, and he gets his friends back together after a long time because he wants to go after Jerry, played by Jeremy Renner, because he's the one guy in their group that has never been tagged, and Jerry wants to retire from playing this game since he's getting married. His wife in the film is being played by Leslie Bibb, and so Hogan is determined to tag Jerry, and he gets all his friends. One of them is played by Jon Hamm. You have Jake Johnson in the movie. Isla Fisher plays Ed Helms' wife in the film. Lily Ray Howery from Get Out, the guy that played the TSA guy, is in this movie as well. So let's talk about this movie. Now, when I heard about this film, I thought, this movie is silly. We got grown men playing a game for 8-year-olds? Really? And this film is using a cliche plot where you have a bunch of grown people getting together trying to relive the glory days. We've seen movies like this. Stephen King's It Chapter 2 is going to be kind of like that, where they're trying to relive the past. Or The World's End from the Coronado trilogy, the third movie in that trilogy, is about reliving the past in its own way, which is a great movie and does that plot much better. But I did like this movie, and it is a very funny film. One of the funny things about Jeremy Renner's character, when they're trying to tag him, he has this almost like spider sense where they're trying to go after him, and you hear his inner voice as he's sensing the guys going after him, which is very funny. And he does all these stunts to keep away from his friends. He's throwing donuts. He's doing a bullfighting routine with one of them, which is kind of funny. Almost fighting one of them like a bullfighter. He's really doing some other things to try to fake out his friends or create some elaborate traps or something. And Hogan does a lot of things to make the tag game interesting as well. He dresses up in disguises. So they do try to keep this movie interesting. One of the things they also do to keep this movie interesting, you have Rashida Jones in the movie in the middle of a love triangle with Jon Hamm and Jake Johnson, which is a bit of a cliche in these types of movies to have a love triangle. And I thought the love triangle was okay. Jon Hamm is great in this movie. I did like him in the film. I like Ed Helms when he's very funny. He's pretty good in this movie. And Jeremy Renner is great in the film. He really does a good job in this movie, and it is fun seeing him in a comedy. The guys do have great chemistry, and I did like Isla Fisher in the movie as well. Nora Dunn shows up in the movie, which is pretty cool. And Leslie Bibb was pretty good in the movie as well. Let's get into the negatives of this movie. The main negative is how silly this movie is. The idea of grown men playing tag is very silly. Not all the comedy hits, and it's a bit outrageous of some of the things that happen in this movie. And the guys go to some great lengths to the point that they're breaking and entering, or they're almost killing each other over a children's game, really. And I heard that Jeremy Renner actually broke his arm when he was doing this movie. So I heard that they had to do some type of a CG or help him act in this movie on his arm. So that's weird. I guess that's one of the reasons why he wasn't in Avengers Infinity War. But overall, I thought this was a pretty good movie. You just gotta go in realizing that it is a very silly movie and just go with it, really. Don't make too much of a big of a deal that it's about grown men playing tag, really. So I'm gonna give this movie a C+. Yeah, it's pretty much just a rental though. And that's all I gotta say for Tag. You're it.